Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to the Whiskey Friend with me, Alan. Here we are, another brand new week, another brand new video. In today's video, guys, I'm going to do something a little bit, I did a video 3 or 4 weeks ago where I did my top 10 15-year-olds in my dream bar. So I'm going to carry on this theme. I'm going to do 12-year-olds that is perfect for every dream bar, and it's perfect for this time of year because a lot of these bottles are probably going to be gifted for Christmas time, Thanksgiving, things like that. Lots of gifting, lots of whiskey. They're hitting an age statement where it's you're moving off for those kind of everyday sippers. So it's not going to be the best 12 whiskies in the world, but it's probably going to be 12. Certainly in my book, it's 12 of the most popular ones that are on my bar, and 12 of the most popular ones that I kind of drink on a kind of regular basis. They're not going to break the bank. There's nothing here over £50. So it's varying from kind of £30 to £50. So it's in most people's budgets. It's not going to break the bank. It's not going to bankrupt anybody. But these are pretty much really decent whiskies for the money. I'm sure everyone's tried probably most of these at some point in their whiskey journeys, whether they do them on a regular basis. This is where we are. Okay, just before I crack on with the whiskey, guys, just do a usual bit of housekeeping. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you very much and welcome back. If you just so happen to pop in for the first time and whiskey's your thing, then you've landed on the right channel. You may want to consider hitting that subscribe button down below, maybe clicking the bell for future notifications and keep you up to date with all the kind of videos that I'm putting out. There's going to be a little burst over the next 3 or 4 weeks that run into the end of the year. It doesn't cost you anything, guys. The button's just down below there. It's free, doesn't cost, and you'll be helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 1k. Just on that note, guys, we're doing really well at the minute, and I'm really thankful for everybody who's subscribed. So if you haven't, you may want to consider, guys. That'd be super. I see you're helping the channel on its way. Okay, let's get on to these 12 whiskies. I don't want to make this too long, guys. Number 1, I did do a video, one of my early videos last year was my top 5 go-to whiskies, and this was one of those. This has continued to stay in my bar. I'm continuing to drink it regularly. It's the Cragganmore 12. I'm going to get the 40%ers out of the way, guys. I've got maybe a couple of 2 or 3 40%ers, and then we'll move up in ABV. But I say this one again, really though, for 40%, it's probably one of the most complex 40%ers I've ever had. I'm just about to open a new bottle of it, so that'll be getting cracked open soon. But I say this is the Cragganmore 12. It is absolutely, it's typically floral, very fruity. It's probably one of the most complex ones for 40% ABV that I've tasted for a long time. I say this has been an everyday sipper for me, and it's one of those ones, one of those kind of starter whiskies. So when you're getting on to maybe going to a little session, this may be one that would certainly set you off. It's very light, it's very consistent, but this is one that I love to have on my bar all the time. It's one of those, I'd love for Cragganmore to do this at a higher ABV. So at 46%, I think it would be one of those. It would be absolutely spectacular. I've got a 48% special edition one, which I'm really looking forward to cracking that open. But I think this here, I'd say, is everyday sipper, 40 to 45 pounds. Yeah, it's probably touching on the higher end that maybe I'd want to pay. If I could pick this up on an offer, maybe slightly under 40, I'd grab 2 or 3 of them at the same time. But that's my first one, guys. It's the Cragganmore 12. Super whiskey. And let's move on to number 2. So number 2 is probably an old favourite of most people's. I'm sure everyone's tried this at some point. This is the old Pulteney 12. As you can see, this is in the old packaging. I tend to pick this one up. It's usually in the kind of 30 to 35 pound bracket, depending where you shop. But this is very much throughout the year always on offer. It's one of those, if you can pick it up at the 20-25 pound mark, it's a no-brainer. Again, this is one of these that I do tend to do that. When I see it at 25, I'll either kind of get maybe a couple of bottles of it. Again, it's a 40% ABV, this one. See, it's Old Pulteney. I do have a sweet spot for Old Pulteney. It's definitely got that. This is really, really consistent, really reliable, lovely and salty. It's got that beautiful sea air, that kind of maritime note. It's sweet, it's creamied, it's honeyed. It's super, super whiskey. I know Old Pulteney have rebranded over the last kind of 6 months to a year. But this one is the only one that was kind of left alone. It is in new packaging now, but as I say, I've got probably 5 or 6 bottles of this, which I tend to either pick it up at kind of £25 mark, or I usually get one of these as a gift, either at a birthday or a Christmas or something. But again, this is one of those super, it's just wonderful stuff. It's, as I say, it's a little bit spicy, it's creamied, it's honeyed, it's got those beautiful dry notes, and it's mega consistent. So again, that's number 2, which is the Old Pulteney 12-year-old. Again, I'm moving on to another one. Get these 40%ers out of the way. This is the last of the 40%ers, guys. But this is the Highland Park 12. Again, it's the old packaging. It's one of those that I have lots of. Probably again 5 or 6 bottles of it. And then again, it's one of those that you usually get gifted, or you'd pick it up on offer. This again's in that £30 to £35 bracket. If you can pick it up, it's usually on offer about £25. This is the one that I tend to call as the great all-rounder. It's from Highland Park, and they say it's got everything. It's sweet, it's smoky, it's sherried, it's spiced. It's got all of it, guys. Again, it's bottled at 40% ABV, which I don't think does it any harm. Colour wise, I'm not sure. Highland Park say nothing's coloured, and so I'll take it on that, but it doesn't really say anything on the bottle anywhere, so you can make your own minds up on that. But again, this is one, guys, that I've drunk for years and years. It's super reliable. Again, it's went through the rebranding. This is again in the old packaging. But again, the money wise, it's super value. Yes, it's 40%, but as I say, it's a super dram. It's a starter dram, it's an everyday dram. It's one of those whiskies that you can it's inoffensive, won't give you any problems. Super stuff. So again, we'll just move on quite quickly now. I'm moving on to a 46% ABV one here, guys. This is the Loch Lomond. This is owned by the same guys that do Glen Scotia. Bottles are very similar. I say this is 46% ABV. This one's non-chill filtered. Doesn't say anything about colour. But interesting little story about this one, guys. This is, I say, it's 46%, so it's moving up in ABV. But price wise, this is in that kind of, it's around about £38 a bottle, but it's usually an offer. So if you can get it anywhere around about the £30 mark, then again, it's a no-brainer. This is one, I picked these up last year. I got half a dozen bottles, and I picked them up for £28 a bottle, which again was just, I was in the right place at the right time. But this whiskey is, it's fruity, it's peachy, it's a bit of pear, it's very fruity. It's got that beautiful vanilla sweetness, and it's slightly smoky. If you blink, you could miss it. It's a little bit peaty, a little bit smoky, but it's absolutely super stuff from Loch Lomond. These guys are ones to keep an eye on. As I say, if you can pick this up around the £30 mark, it's super value. In fact, guys, it's a no-brainer if you can get a hold of this. If you get a chance to pick that up, guys, then crack on. So that's Loch Lomond 12. Let's move on. Where are we going next? So this is one, guys, I have reviewed this. This was review number 66, if you want to go back and have a look at it. This is the Glen Farkas 12. I did name it the Dangerous Dram. I'll try and give you a little bit of a reason as to why. It's not a sherry bomb, but it's heavily sherried. It's giving you that kind of Christmas cake note, lots of fruit cake, lots of raisins, lots of sherry, perfect for this festive season coming up. It's a little bit hot on arrival, guys, so it's for the 43%, it doesn't drink like 43%. This is why I said it's quite dangerous. So it's a little bit hot, a little bit aggressive. If you like that kind of whiskey, that kind of more aggressive, more hotter, a little bit more powerful, this is definitely up your street. And it's particularly if you're into sherry, then that's the one. It is sherry driven. It's spicy, lots of cinnamon, lots of clove, lots of cherries, lots of raisin, lots of Christmas cake. Dangerous, dangerous, damn guys, be aware of it. If you do crack a bottle of this open, and I have done it a couple of times now with some friends, we've cracked it open and the cork has never gone back on it again. So you have been warned. This one again's cracking in probably around about the kind of, it's usually kind of 35 to 40 pounds, but I have seen it cheaper. I've seen it around about the 30 pound mark. Again, if you can see it at that price, snap it up, guys. So that's number 5, which is the Glen Farkas 12. Let's get rid of some of these bottles out of the way now. And we'll move on to number 6. Is going to be, it's a Flora and Fauna bottle. Blair Athol 12. A Diageo bottling. Again, this is super stuff. This is, again, 43% ABV. Yeah, with Diageo, this is going to be coloured. Yes, it's going to be chill filtered. For me, guys, this is super stuff. This is one of the bottles that when I go out on a night out, this is usually the first one that I order. So this is my kind of starter whiskey, which is the Blair Athol. It's a Highland whiskey. It's light. It's got a light peaty note. It's very aromatic. It's fruity. It's got a super mouthfeel. It's almost juicy fruit, this one. And again, it's got a big sherry influence on it. This is probably one of the more expensive ones. This is around about the £50 mark. I think at this kind of quality of whiskey, Blair Athol tend not to put a lot of whiskey out. See, a lot of their whiskey is going to the blends. So this is probably one of the only, one of the only bottlings that Blair Athol do. I know they have done a couple of, you can pick up a few independent bottlers. But you know, this is super stuff, guys. This is Blair Athol 12. Let's crack on. Moving on now, so we're kind of cracking up a little bit. We're staying up on Speyside now. This is one, Glen Elgin 12. Glen Elgin for me tends to be one of those kind of under the radar kind of whiskies, distilleries. Again, it's I picked this, but well, I picked a few of these up a few years ago. I watched one of Ralphie's videos. Ralphie enjoyed it that much that I had to go out and buy a bottle. So when I bought a bottle, I loved it that much myself. I went out and bought 5 or 6 bottles of it. So this is another one that's tenly usually on my shelf all the time. It's a kind of go-to whiskey. 43%. Yes, it's coloured. Yes, it's chill filtered. But again, for me, it's super stuff. This is, again, it's that sherried fruit cake, Christmas cake, toffee, vanilla, spicy, lots of fresh fruit. Again, this is round about the kind of 40-45 pounds a bottle. If you can manage to get a hold of that, then it's certainly worth a while, guys. If you've tried it, pop me a comment down below. If you haven't tried it, you may want to try it. But again, no, this is super stuff. Glen Elgin 12, fantastic, 43% ABV. So now moving on, guys, Glen Alecky 12. This is one. I have reviewed this one as well, guys. Have I reviewed? Oh, I'm not too sure if I have reviewed this. Yeah, I think oh no, the 5th. I've reviewed the 15. So yeah, this is the Glen Alecky 12. Again, this is Billy Walker's. Another distillery. Since Billy Walker took over, it's just went from strength to strength. It has a whole new range now, which it didn't have before. It's got an 8, the 10, the 12. The 10's a cask strength. It's got this 12. It's got the 15. It's got an 18. It's got a 25. They're all predominantly bottled around that 46% ABV. We're moving on now into the kind of non-coloured and non-chill filtered stuff, which is stuff we all like. As your whiskey journey progresses now, you may have started on a few of these earlier ones, but now you'll be moving into this kind of stuff now. That's slightly higher ABVs, more emphasis put on the presentation. Let's say the non-coloured, the non-chill filtered, and this has it all. Typical Billy Walker. This is also what they tend to do. There's a lot of Glenallachie now. There's a few single casks and stuff available as well. So there's a whole new range came out of Glenallachie. But this one typically honeyed, lots of marzipan, touch of banana, raisins, mocha. It's awesome stuff, guys. And this comes in. I've seen this as low as kind of £35, which is phenomenal stuff. As you all know, it was one of Ralphie's whiskies of the year. So at £35, this is just phenomenal stuff. Glenallachie 12, guys. So moving on, let me have a quick sip of my whiskey, guys. I think in here I've got a wee bit of the old Pulteney 12, so I'm just going to have a sip because I'm trying to whiz through these and I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit at the minute, I think. So let me have a quick sip, guys. Cheers. Okay, wow, that was nice. Moving on to number 9, guys. This again, I was in one of my early videos last year. I have reviewed this one as well. One of the very early ones, I think. This is the Kilkerran 12. Value for money, it's just unheard of. 35, 40 pounds. It's usually always around the kind of £35 mark. Again, this is 46%. Non-chill filter, natural colour, all the bits. As you know, I'm definitely a Kilkerran fan. I meant to say Glengyle there, but I think you'll all know him as Kilkerran. Campbelltown, it's probably one of my favourite regions this year through the whiskies that I've tasted. Lots of Glen Scotias, lots of Springbanks, lots of Kilkerran. But the 12 again is one of those that's been in my cabinet now 3-4 years, really since it came out. It's always been there. I've always got a backup of this. This is a backup bottle. I've usually got 3 or 4 bottles on the go again. This is one that I tend to get gifted quite a bit, just purely because it's the value for money is just outrageous. But this one it's intense, it's salty, it's peaty, it's fruity. It's got a dry, tangy smoke. It becomes juicy, lots of lemon, lots of honey, really complex for 46%. And it's one of those whiskies that you could do it maybe as a beginner, but definitely as you transfer through from your Glenfiddich and your entry whiskies, then this is one you would move on to probably next from that. A wee bit more complexity, and still not breaking the bank. It's got super value, and your presentation is becoming great as well. So that's the number 9, guys. That's the Kilkerran 12. Let's get rid of this out of the way. Move on to number 10, which is this is one I'm sure you've all had. Glen Drone Up 12. Let's get that off of there. Let's give me that. The Glen Drone Up 12 again. Oh, super sherried. Money again. It's super money, guys. It's anything kind of around the £40 mark. If you can get it slightly under, then it's a steal. Even if it's slightly over, in my eyes, it's still a steal. So this is aged in 12 years. This is obviously in the Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. Super stuff. This is non-chill filtered, natural colour, very creamy, lots of vanilla, lots of ginger spice. It's heavily sherried. It's very silky smooth, fantastic mouthfeel, lots of raisins. It's got that really sweet sherry sweetness. It's super sweet. It's got a long dry finish, and it's a little bit nutty on the finish, but I'm sure you all know that, guys. But again, this is one that should be in everybody's cabinet. If you're looking to gift somebody a bottle of whiskey and sherry's their thing, this is one of the ones I would definitely have a look at, guys, is I'd get into this one. And if you get this as a gift, I don't think anyone will be disappointed. So that's number 10, Glen Drone Up 12. Let's move on. Number 11, let's see if I can find it. Okay, again, Deanston. This is the Deanston 12. I'd hate to see how many bottles of this I've done this year. This is super stuff again. This is unchill filtered. Doesn't mention anything about colour, this, guys. This is 46.3% ABV, so it's a touch higher again. This one is aged in, it's fully matured in ex-bourbon casks. Lots of fresh fruit, lots of apples, lots of melons, some dried fruit, some tannas, real nice cereal note. It's very citrus, it's orange, it's lemon. This is a touch of everything, guys. Bit of ginger spice, a little bit of nutmeg, maybe a touch of gingerbread on this, lots of vanilla and lots of toffee, and some really nice rich oak. So this is around about the £40 mark, guys, but again, usually this time of year there's lots of offers on. So if you can pick this up around or slightly under the £40 mark, then dive in, pull the trigger, you won't be disappointed. And so that is number 11, which is the Deanston 12. Okay, moving on to number 12, guys. This is the last one, but not the least. I have just reviewed it, so here we go. Again, this is the highest ABV. This is the latest Springbank 12 cask strength. This is 57.1% ABV. Natural coloured, non-chill filtered. It's all the usual bits and bobs. Let's get the parcel out of here. And yeah, typical, beautiful Springbank. As I say, I have reviewed this. This is 2 reviews ago, guys, maybe. But I'll leave a link to this one just up above. But this one is definitely, it's sweet caramel, lots of apples, it's rich, it's woody, it's spicy, it's mega powerful. The 57.1, the one with this one, all the kind of Springbank 12s, guys, they're all there is a batch variance, but they're all the ones I've had have all been super. This one's a little bit different because it's matured more in, it's got a different, usually there's a kind of 50-50 sherry and bourbon. This one's heavily bourbon, so it's about 75% bourbon, 25% sherry, which is different. And it's less sherry, that it's more bourbon influenced than some of the others. But again, guys, it's super, it's that typical Springbank. It's powerful, doesn't drink like 57.1. I don't know how they manage that. It has that little bit of Springbank funk in there as well, which is typical. But again, this one, it's smoky, it's powerful, it's spicy, it's woody, it's got that beautiful sweet caramel, and those little fruity apples are in there, which super stuff. What amazes me more with this, guys, it's priced at £50. It's a wee bit hard to get a hold of, because unless you know when it's coming out, whatever you time to go and get a hold of one of these are usually sold out, and I think the price has got something to do with it. All credit to Springbank for knocking this out at £50, but they're getting snapped up straight away. I was lucky enough to be in the right time at the right place when this came around. I've just reviewed it. It's spectacular stuff. Wonderful whiskey. So that's my 12, guys. I hope I've not rushed through them too quickly. I've got a wee bit of feeling I kind of whizzed through that a wee bit quick, but I'm trying consciously not to have super long videos. But if you've tried any of these, guys, these are all super bottles. They're not the best 12-year-olds. They're just 12-year-olds that I have on my bar and I drink regularly. If you want to drop in the comments, guys, I'd love to hear from you what your, not necessarily 12s would be, but if you've got a list of 12-year-olds, I'd love to see your 12-year-olds. A couple of ones that I would mention that I usually have that I don't have at the minute. Bunnahabhain 12 would definitely be in there. I say I'm ready to get a hold of them at some point. I'm holding off because just in case I get gifted one at Christmas, then I'm holding out for that. Another one would be the Ben Rear 12, the sherry one. You know I love my sherries, so those are a couple of memorable bottles that I could add, which I don't actually have in my bar at the minute, but that will get rectified very, very soon. So again guys, just drop me your list down below. I'd love to hear from you what your 12 are. If you've liked the video, super, you know what to do, give me that big thumbs up. As I say, if you've not quite hit the subscribe button guys, you know where it is, it's just down there. Just click it, it's free, doesn't cost you anything, and as I said before, you're helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 1k. Be nice if we can hit it for Christmas guys. So until next time, I'm Alan. Last thing to say is the pleasure is in the sharing, and I'll see you all soon guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.